And welcome to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks. And it's good to be with you today, even though I'm not really sure it's going to get to 32 degrees. It is cold outside, and it's probably really good to be inside right now. And this is also Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and so we may be the only people that are working today, Dwight.
I understand.
And Reba's going to be on after you, and so we may be the only people working, but that's okay. No, I went by Joe Rogers' office supply today, and they were working, so that's good. But I have Dwight Richardson on with me today, and he's going to talk about an event that's coming up that's really exciting. And I know it's exciting because I was there last year, and I had a ball. And so I want you to tell everybody about it, and let's be sure they're aware and can come.
First, let me apologize.
Okay.
This is a swanky event. You know, we got go for everything, and I've got this lumberjack shirt on.
Yes,
I
you do.
apologize,
Yes,
but
you
I
do.
didn't mean to do that. But anyway.
That's okay. I didn't expect you to wear a tux, okay?
I was going to wear a tux, but
Yeah,
I thought
right.
on February the 1st, which is just a couple of weeks away, we are having something called Big Band and Ballroom. This is an Allied Arts event. You know, Allied Arts is a member of the Chamber of Commerce, a subcommittee there, and this is going to be Big Band and Ballroom at the Cleveland Country Club with the world famous Glenn Miller Orchestra. Now, if you know anything about big band, swing music, that type of stuff, you've heard of Glenn Miller.
Right.
If you haven't, you need to.
Right.
Just Google Glenn Miller and you're going to get all you want to get.
Absolutely.
But we are so excited about this event. And the good thing about this event, Nancy, the ticket price includes 3 different things. It includes an hour of ballroom dance instruction with Jack and Ollie Hall, who are world famous
Absolutely.
ballroom dancers.
Yes.
Now, if you don't want to participate, you can at least come and watch if you want to. Then later we will have a filet steak dinner, the best meal that the country club has.
And it is, if it's anything like last year's, it will be delicious.
I hope it will be too. It was delicious.
It was delicious last year.
Presentation
Absolutely.
was wonderful. All the desserts, and then you're going to have dinner. You're going to have dancing and more of the Glenn Miller Orchestra. That is all included in your ticket price. And it's just a grand event for Cleveland, and the Allied Arts is so proud to bring them back and have this event to raise money for the arts.
Absolutely, and it was a wonderful, I bought a table last year and invited my friends who reimbursed me for their tickets, by the way. I didn't just graciously say I'm buying a table, everybody come sit with me.
You could surprise them this year.
I have not. I have not surprised them. I said same as last year, but the tables are $1,000. And it's a table for 8.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And so we still have a few tables available?
Yes, we do have tables available.
Okay, and then the tickets are also $75 a piece.
100.
I'm sorry, $100
okay.
a piece.
Yeah.
But it was such a great event, and actually the same people that were at my table last year are coming back again
Okay.
this year, with the exception of one couple who have to go to Nashville for their son's birthday. So
You mean they would
I know,
not
I
skip
know.
their son's birthday?
No, they
Okay,
would
well
not.
I could understand.
So we've subbed in another couple who I think will be equally as much fun. And so, but I mean, my whole table was looking forward to it
Yeah.
again.
Let me give you a little tidbit here I thought was very interesting. I looked up on the website for Glenn Miller, and they are in Nashville the next night after here in Cleveland. Now, Cleveland, the Country Club is a very intimate,
Yes, it is.
you know, we're 150, 200 at the most we're going to get in there
Right.
because it's an intimate setting. So wherever you're sitting is a great place for the band.
Yes.
They're in Nashville the next night at a multi-thousand seat auditorium. The ticket prices to just sit there in your seat and watch them is $100 to $599.
And that
And
is
for
not a meal.
$100, you can get the dancing of the best meal that they have at the country club and the band all at one whack for that amount of money.
That's exactly right, and it's an awesome event.
Yeah.
We do need to dress up a little bit.
Need to dress up. Black tie is optional. You know, if you want to dress up and wear your fur, it'd be great. But we want you to come and be comfortable. So if you want to wear a dark suit, that's fine.
But we want you to be pretty.
Yes,
We want
and all
you-
the girls need to wear their sequins and their furs
And all their
yeah,
jewelry
the
and
sparkly
everything.
shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody take a picture of me dressed like that, please, because you probably won't ever see it again. But it is a wonderful event, and tell everybody a little bit about Glenn Miller.
Glenn Miller Orchestra started in the middle 50s, the one that's touring now.
Right.
They after Glenn Miller passed away, he was a military band, which is really interesting story, and went down in a plane and was lost for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the music kind of went away. Then in the 50s, whoever started it again That current band, but not all the same members, but they're the ones that are touring now.
Right.
So a lot of people ask me, do they have two different touring groups? They only have one touring group, and we've got a guy at Lee University named Nathan Warner. He played lead trumpet for Glenn Miller for several years.
Right.
And hopefully he'll be there and watch this. But the Glenn Miller Orchestra, when they start, I mean, you're just I just can't tell you enough. You're just
I know.
captivated.
It is wonderful.
And you think, God, I'm listening to the Glenn Miller Orchestra right here live and in person, just a few feet from
Right.
me. And they are so personal, and they put on such a good show. And then they have this lady that sings with them, and they have this little combo, and they'll start singing Chattanooga Choo Choo, and you just want to go through the roof.
Right.
I mean, really.
Yes, and I don't want anybody at my table to sing along, because nobody at my table is going to have a good enough voice to sing along, because I'm paying money to see the Glenn Miller Band and hear them.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, but it's really a wonderful opportunity, and it's a fun evening, and I plan on probably being there about 6:30. I don't plan on learning to ballroom dance,
understand.
but I do want to watch Jack and Ollie, because they are phenomenal.
Okay, last year was the first time I had ever seen Jack and Ollie dance.
They dance.
And they started, and I couldn't even keep up. They were floating over
Right,
that floor,
right.
and these people are in their late 70s, whatever.
I don't want to. I'm not
I mean,
going
they
there.
floated over that floor, but
Yes.
I couldn't even hardly keep up with them. They
I
were going
know.
so fast.
I know.
And they were just so elegant, and they were dressed up, and they looked the part, and it was almost worth $100 to watch them dance.
That's exactly right. Absolutely, exactly right. And they do have a male singer who's also the band leader.
Yeah, yeah.
And so a lot of vocalizing, but also some great music. Now, growing up, my mother was a big Glenn Miller fan, and I don't know whether anybody out there remembers or not, but Reader's Digest, you used to get this box
Yeah,
of
yeah.
LPs. So I still have those. I have a whole box of music of the 40s and music of the 50s and the big band and all of that.
How about
so
that?
yeah, and so but I don't have a record player right now, but they're coming back in. So
I've got one. They're coming back in. I play
know.
them a lot.
I'm going to buy one
Yeah.
so that I can play
Now,
these
Nancy,
again.
also, maybe this is going to be the first on your show for anybody to ever know this.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, they'll, in the foyer area there, off of the from where we're going to be eating and watching the band, there's going to be a big round table there with a flower arrangement on it. But we're going to have three
Wonder
or
who's doing
four
the flower arrangement.
Fenimores. Have you ever heard of them?
I have. They do a beautiful
They
job.
are fabulous. You
They
just need to
really
see 'em.
do.
Yeah, we're
I'll
going
get
to.
them to do my next wedding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll be glad to do it. But anyway, there's going to be a table there. There's going to be 4 or 5 45s of big albums that people can silent auction on if they want to.
okay.
We don't want to make. We're not there to make a whole lot of money on that,
Right.
but it's just so fun to get a vintage album of the band you're sitting there listening to.
That is exactly
so
right.
I think that will be a lot of fun.
Well,
and
they
you take
also-
that album with you that night.
Do they also have CDs that they'll have for sale?
I think they do.
I was trying to think if I bought one last year. I need to look and see so I don't buy
They
the
don't
same
have a
one
big
again.
display, and they're not there to sell their
Right.
CDs, so it's not a big push. But yeah, they're there. I think if you want to buy those, Mary Emeritus Tom Rowland will be our
Yes.
another MC again. He loves the big band sound.
He will tell you that the Glenn Miller Band is the best
Yeah.
band in the world, has been, always will be.
Yeah, yeah.
So he had a really good time last
did.
year. And what I think is great is the response that we've had on bringing them back. Because sometimes when you bring things back, people say, well, I've already seen that. So
We're going to have a different crowd.
Yes.
We'll have some of the same people, but we are going to have a different crowd. I have got phone calls that I didn't get last year from people I never heard of.
Okay.
I've even got from students at Lee. There's a
Wow.
revival in that big band music, and they
Yes.
do love that stuff. And, it's just not a whole lot of places in our area, especially Cleveland. You can go out for ballroom dances. You can go out and hear the Glenn Miller. There's just not a whole lot of opportunity to do that.
That's right. I know years and years ago when we used to have the concert series here, the Bradley concert series, I think we had, if it wasn't Glenn Miller, it was another of the big bands that we had here once or twice.
Yes.
But it was theater
that?
seating again.
yeah.
And they were on the stage. There was no meal, it wasn't like the opportunity this
almost
is for
thought of
everybody. Yep, and
Count
Basie.
Count
Basie.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that was
The Count Basie.
Yes, the Count Basie. And so that's the big band sound that everybody just loves.
Yeah.
And most of that music, those of us our age and older can sing along to.
Right. Now, as great as the Glenn Miller Orchestra is and how much fun we're going to have, a night of glitz and glamour and all that stuff, we want to remember that this is hosted by the Allied Arts Council.
Yes.
We want to bring back as much art as we can to this area, not necessarily drawing art, reading,
Right.
or whatever, but anything that's arts related.
Right.
The Allied Arts Council is very interested in promoting this, and it's just a one second in a lifetime event to get
That's
this
right.
women orchestra here through the arts.
And we appreciate the fact that Dwight, this is the second year Dwight's worked so hard on this to get this done. And as Dwight said, this is the Allied Arts Council of the Cleveland Braley Chamber of Commerce. And the reason we were founded in the early 1990s is because people kept saying, what's there to do in Cleveland?
Right.
And so we've had events, but that's not our main purpose at the Allied Arts, is to have events. But we do want to promote
Yeah.
things that are going on
Yeah.
with the arts and,
Right.
and hopefully in our schools too
Right.
with arts. So I'm just excited to death about this coming. And
Well-
how do they get tickets now?
Okay, you can get tickets at the Chamber of Commerce. You can go online and get them. They're a little difficult when you do that. So when you go online, there's a events calendar.
Yes.
Pretty much on the front page. You need to click to find February the 1st. And then once you click on February the 1st, it will take you to another section where you can buy the tickets online. Safe and secure. If you don't want to do that and you just want to jump in your car and go to the chamber, they've got them right there in person.
Right. Or
there will
you-
be no tickets at the door.
Okay.
It is advanced tickets
Yeah,
only.
because we're feeding.
Yeah.
And so you can't plan
Right.
steaks if you don't know
Right.
how many steaks to
Right.
plan for. Okay, but now they can call 472-6587.
Yes, they can.
And talk to whoever's on the desk and give them their credit card. And then will we have a will call
We'll have
there?
a will call,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
All right.
And also, now, Nancy, if they don't want to do all that, just call me at 423-715-0030. That's my cell phone.
715-0030.
And I'll make sure you get what you need.
And he is always, that cell phone is never very far from him. Probably has it on him right now.
I do.
And I hope turned off. But anyway.
It's not turned
not
off.
turned off. Okay, so if it rings, that's somebody calling for
That's right,
tickets, okay?
that's
But 715-0030. All right, and the tickets are $100 a piece.
Yes.
And the chamber does take credit cards.
Yes.
They also take cash
Cash
and
or check,
checks.
yeah.
So that is something great. So it's going to be at the Country Club.
Now, let me say something about the $100 if I can.
Okay.
To a lot of people, that is pricey, and that is a little pricey. I mean, it is really. But I have found in life that people kind of do what they want to do.
Absolutely, we
You know,
do.
and I don't mean that bad for anybody.
No.
Please don't call me and correct me over the coast.
Right.
I just don't, and for some people that would love to come, they just won't be able to afford it, and I understand that.
Right.
And I this is just the way it's
And
worked
we won't
out.
dislike them because
But a
they're
lot
not
of people
there.
that can afford it and say they can't, they really can. You can do what you want to do.
Absolutely.
But I will tell you this: if you spend the $100 to help the arts, it's going to be a night you will remember for a long, long time.
Absolutely.
And you will not be disappointed.
No,
If
you
you
will
are,
not.
I'll give your money back if
Well,
you're disappointed.
And you'll be lying if you
Yeah.
say that, so Dwight will give it to me back. And last year, was it Chatter Magazine was there, and we all
Yes,
got
they'll
our
be there also
They'll
again
be
this
there.
year. Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody else had on the black suits
Yeah.
or tuxes, and all the women had on these black dresses. I don't wear black. I was just telling Reba before we started the program. Brown is my black, so. Here, I'm the only one in a blue sparkly outfit. Everybody else had on their black. So, Dwight, I'm going to try to do better this year,
it's
okay?
fine. I remember you look fine.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, but I don't dress up very often, and
Well,
so,
last year we asked everybody to wear their finest, their furs and all
Yes.
that. It was 65 degrees.
I know.
I don't think hardly anybody brought their fur
No,
out.
no.
So maybe this year will be colder.
Well, and if I bring a fur, it will be the one that my
Yeah, we
mother-in-law
will have
left
coat
me.
check
so.
for you.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, and I didn't mention this.
Okay.
We have valet parking set up, and that's not going to happen.
Okay.
I apologize. The Knights of Columbus are the only people that do that.
Right.
And that is coming into Super Bowl Sunday. I didn't realize that at the time, and they cook the whole week.
Yes, they do.
For whatever they do to raise
And
money.
we all go by and pick up
And I apologize.
the-
It's just not going to happen unless there's a listener out there that knows somebody that does a valet parking. I'll be glad to talk to them.
Yes, and that would be 715-0030. You can
Yes,
call Dwight
yes.
if you're interested.
How'd you remember that?
I've called it already 2 or 3 times today. Are you coming to the show, Dwight? Yes. Okay. So, anything else last minute we need to say?
No, call the chamber, go online at clevelandchamber.com or go by the chamber, get your tickets. We want you there. We want you to support the arts, and we want you to have one of the best nights you've had.
And you will, and the tables for $8 are $1,000, and that's reserved seating, or the other tickets are $100, and you'll be sitting out there
Yes.
with friends or family or
Yes. Yes.
whoever. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Dwight, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being on with me, and
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to it. I got to go through the closet now and find something black instead of blue sparkly. Okay.
Wear you a big old sequin hat too. That would be good.
Oh, I have one of those, yes. Did you not see the hat I bought in London for 15 pounds?
I don't. Oh yes, I did.
yeah,
Yes, I did.
I could wear that. It's faux something. I don't know what. But anyway, Dwight, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Folks,
Thanks,
don't
Nancy.
go away. We'll be right back. Watch our commercials, support our sponsors because they pay our bills. And we'll be back with a lot more serious topic, but important topic to talk about as soon as we get through our commercials. So we'll be right back. Don't go away.